Good evening, everybody. It's Flynn here. How y'all doing tonight? I'm doing pretty good. I'm over here at my pickup. Delivered this afternoon in Martinsville, and then I got this load, which picked up like a mile and a half away from where I delivered. That's pretty rare to have, my next pickup be that close. I love it when it happens because obviously, the less miles I have to deadhead, the more miles, the more money I end up making. So I almost was late. I guess technically I actually was late. When they dispatched me on it, they dispatched me with a window of 5:30 at night to 10:30 at night. So I woke up about 9:30, and when I looked at it all half asleep, and I thought I had until like midnight tonight to pick it up, and then I realized, oh, crap, I better get going. Luckily, it was just right around the block from where I was at. But then I got here. She was like, no, your appointment time's 5:30. She's like, we don't do windows. So she was like, it's no big deal. You're the only one here. We'll go ahead and get you loaded. I think what probably happened was when they dispatched me on it, they realized that, my last run, I pretty much used all of my 14. So I think they set it up this way so that I could get my break and then come on over here and pick it up. So odds are like two salespeople worked it out, and they just didn't let the people in traffic here know what was going on. So I'm grabbing this, and like I said yesterday, or like I said in yesterday's vlog, I'm not taking it to Hurricane. I'm not taking it to, God, I'll spit it out in here in a minute. I'm not taking it to Hurricane, Utah. I'm just going to take it to the Springfield yard. Hopefully it's not a bad decision. Sometimes that Springfield, our yard there in Springfield can be, they call it a freight black hole sometimes. Now, there are some decent runs that come out of there. You just got to you got to know what to ask for, and, you can get lucky. Somebody coming from out west needs to stop into the yard for something, and then you can relay the load the rest of the way east, and you get a decent rate of pay coming that way. And I say decent rate of pay, it's a decent rate of pay for a large carrier. My decent rate of pay is not the same as, like my buddy Woody, who, recently quit Prime and went on to do his own thing with another company because he ended up buying a truck. Like, his decent rate of pay is way more than my decent rate of pay. But I mean, overall, I do okay. I've got kind of a range. If my money stays within that range, then I don't cry too much about it because I'm happy in that range, or content, comfortable, whatever. I'm a little bit lazy, to be honest, so that's why I haven't kind of went into the owner-op field yet, because I just don't know. I don't know that I want to deal with all the extra headaches and hassles of owning a truck. I mean, granted, I never own one by continuing to lease, and some people think that's stupid. And, I get where they're coming from, but then again, it's what I'm doing. It makes me happy, and I don't believe I've been ever put out a video that said, you should come over here and lease. You should do this, you should do that. I'm just trying to give people a very realistic perspective of what it's like to lease a truck, what it's like to work for Prime. That's why I don't, and I'm sure this question's out there. I'm sure people wonder if I'm a recruiter for Prime. I'm absolutely not. I do link the Prime website in my description, and that's just so people can get more information about Prime. Nowhere in my description do I, they slammed my truck. Do I talk about, do I even mention, I don't write down my truck number or anything like that, which is how I would get, recruiting credit. And I think, I'm approaching 40 videos now I've uploaded of these vlogs, and I think there might be 3 or 4 that show my truck number on the side. So just so you guys know, I'm not a recruiter. If I say I'm happy with Prime, then I'm genuinely happy with Prime. If I say this week they're doing something stupid, then that week they're doing something stupid. By not being a recruiter, I can be honest with my experience and give kind of honest information and honest idea of what it's like. And people have varying experiences here. I know a guy who's on his 4th lease, and he's pretty happy with Prime. He makes good money. He's got all of his toys. I know another guy, my second PSD student, a good friend of mine, was on my truck for almost 2 years. He's on his 2nd lease, and he's about ready to turn the truck in. It's not going that well for him at all. So, it's why I put the video out about how much money you can make here. It's, there is no set standard. It's people have different experiences when they come here for whatever reason. So, yeah, I've been rambling now. So I'll holler at you guys here in a bit. So I stopped at this Flying J. I'll go ahead and jump out, put about 75 gallons in. That should get me to the yard. I'm about 500 miles from the yard. Yeah, pretty uneventful trip. First 3 hours was a little bit rough. Running through the backwoods, Virginia and West Virginia. It was just a little slow going. I don't even think rough's the right word. It just was, I don't know, just slow going, like I said. So I don't have a whole lot to talk about, so I'm not just going to sit here and ramble. Thinking about kind of changing these vlogs around a little bit. I'm going to still kind of keep the same format, but I think I'm just going to, I don't know, make them a little quicker. I don't know. I'm a little tired if you can't tell, so I'm just going to go ahead and call it. Y'all take care. I'm out.